So September 21st, 2025. Just to recap a couple missing things I spoke on my video. As a child, we often went to Pismo Beach every summer for 4th of July events and stuff like this. Again, I'm always by myself doing what I do. We were staying at a motel at the time, Charlene and Lance and everybody, and I went missing again. And I come back to the hotel room with a whole bunch load of fish. And as the way Charlene tells it, that I met a man down by a creek, and I spent some time there, and he gave me a whole bunch of fish. Well, you can relate this to Jesus visiting me again. But I remember it a little bit differently, because I remember being on the pier of Pismo Beach fishing with an old man, and every time he put the line off the pier, he brought up another fish. He was a nice gentleman, older man with the little fishing hat and all this stuff. And I remember, after I left, I walked through town and stuff and back to the hotel, but then that's pretty far from the pier to the hotel. And got back and told Charlene, I was with a man down by a creek. So this was the Lord visiting me again. And I learned how to, clean the fish and everything like that. And it was a great experience. It's also the same place in the same motel where me and Marie spent our honeymoon, in the park next to that motel, where God visited me. And we didn't consummate our marriage that night. But we woke up and were surrounded by a bunch of bikers with Harley Davidsons and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. And I took a bunch of pictures of them, and they let me sit on their Harley Davidsons, and they took pictures of me and stuff. So I just wanted to, catch up with that story that I missed. Also adding that in the boys' homes, the first one was Pacific Lodge in Woodland Hills. I was on school campus there because I wasn't allowed to go to public school yet. I graduated that, and they got me a steak dinner and all that. Started going to Taft High School in Woodland Hills and stuff. But one of the teachers from the boys' home, she got permission to take me to her house in Ontario, which was quite a drive. And why she wanted me to go to her house, I can only assume is to have sex with me. We got to her house. She invited me to go in with her. Again, I said no. And this is over an hour and a half drive. And then in Boys Republic in Silver Lake, we had volunteers and women counselors. Well, one of the women counselors there was having sex with one of my friend Bill Owens while everybody else was asleep. And there was a volunteer there that came to the boys' home, and her name was Judith. And she too invited me to her house, a very rich neighborhood, and it was just me and her in the house alone. And again, she invited me up to her bedroom, and I said no. It's just a cycle of events of women wanting to have sex with me. When I was being transferred from Pacific Lodge to Boys Republic, a female probation officer came and picked me up and took me to her apartment. And this is over by Griffith Park. And I was sitting in the living room, and she was in the bedroom for a long time and everything. So I just got up and I went and opened the door. And there she was, naked and, stuff like that. Starting to get dressed, what she was doing. I can only imagine that she was pleasuring herself. And so I just wanted to speak that this morning, and I'll be downloading some other videos later today. God bless you.